All right, I was going to show you these. Fifth, you begin to experience a deep joy in your life. I know this is a long verse. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us, what? New birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, and into an inheritance that can never perish. That's talking about heaven, spoiler fade. This inheritance is kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of salvation that's ready to be revealed in the last time. In all this you greatly rejoice. Though now for a little while you have to suffer grief and all kinds of trials. So we're on this earth, we have all kinds of trials. Why? Because God is helping us to grow in our faith and helping us to realize, are we a true believer or not? So these trials come. Verse 7, these have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes, even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. You see, some people will come to the altar and say, I got born again, and as soon as the first trial comes, they fall away because their faith wasn't genuine. So when the tough times come in your life, it shows whether you still say, you know what, I know this illness has come. I know I just lost my job, but Jesus is Lord of my life. He's with me. He's walking with me. See, your faith, it gets tested to see, do you just give up on God right away, or are you truly born again? And now you're heavenly minded, and you know these are temporary things that you're going through. Verse 8, though you have not seen him, you love him. And even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with inexpressible and glorious joy. Now, I cannot tell you that there have been hundreds of studies. Are Christians more joyful than people that are not Christians? And the answer is yes. However, I do have to tell you one thing. I don't want you to think that Christians live on the mountaintop of joy every day of their life on their journey to heaven. We probably could, but the fact is, we do experience valleys in our life. Remember, God is the God of the mountaintops and he's the God of the valleys. But the studies show that the Christians don't stay in the valleys as long as the people who don't know the Lord. Our highs are higher and our lows are higher. And you know, there's a change. There's just this inner joy of my sins are forgiven. I'm not scared of death. I'm going to heaven. I walk with God. I hear God. He speaks to me through his word, by his spirit. There's this joy that comes that's unexplainable. The answer to depression, which is probably a worldwide problem among most people that don't know Jesus, if not all of them. Oh, yes, I know they're trying to get joy out of spending money and pleasures and all that, but that's all limited. But there's a joy as a believer that actually should be growing as you get closer to glory, or as the Lord comes closer to get all of us. All right, I don't know if I should tell you the story of the two buses. Two buses in Pittsburgh, Sunday morning. One group, they're not believers, they're on their way to the Three Rivers Casino. Second bus, whole bunch of people, they're going to Life Point Alliance to come to the 8 o'clock service. Unfortunately, the drivers got mixed up where they were supposed to go. So the Christians wound up at the casino, and the gamblers wound up at Life Point. Well, for the gamblers, it was like hell being in church. They just didn't like it. Too friendly, too much praising, just wasn't interested in being in God's presence. It was like they ran out the doors. The Christians down at the gambling, they said, you know what, let's make the best of this. Let's just have church service right here. And let's witness to all these depressed people that are, I don't know if you've ever been in a casino, but they just sit there. They look depressed as they're the one-armed bandit and it's taking their life from them. So they decide to witness, and they're rejoicing and happy. All right.